Okay, welcome to BarnBridge project call number 12. What was that? We're going to jump into the tech dev update, and I'm going to hand it off to either Bogdan or Dragos. Which one wants to take it?
I'm going to take it, and I'm going to hand off to Bogdan.
Okay.
I'm taking Dragos's hot potato. Apologies for the double glasses swag. It's just I have a major cold and my eyes burn too bad for contacts. Okay, straight into the agenda. Yield farming. No major updates here to announce, except the fact that like maybe once Smart Yield launches, we will debut the junior tranche incentives pool. So what this means is junior token holders will be able to deposit their tokens in a pool in order to receive bond rewards, and like these will accrue in a continuous fashion. So like the DAO rewards, there's not going to be week-long epochs and the decaying multiplier that we have in the yield farming pools. So yeah, in that regard, it's just going to be similar to how the DAO rewards work. The reason for only going with the junior side incentives is because pretty much they're going to be the ones that buy the risk from the markets. They run the risk of having their funds used to pay, and that the liquidity providers in the system and their fungible, like the fungible tokens that they're going to get are just going to be a vehicle for them to make a sort of proof of liquidity. So that's why they're going to use those tokens, stake them, and get the junior side bond rewards just there to sweeten the deal for the juniors. BarnBridge DAO. We have someone else on the call. BarnBridge DAO. When we launch Smart Yield, the yield farming DAO reward hybrid pool I've talked about for the juniors, is not going to be available on day one, and that's because we're going to have to vote it in, or rather you guys are going to have to vote it in through the DAO, and we're just going to take care and set up a forum discussion for that. After that, a snapshot vote before everything goes into the main DAO vote.
And it'll be retroactive too, right? Like when it goes through the vote, like that was what we all kind of agreed on, right?
It could work like that, yeah. Could work.
Yeah, but it's going to take 12 days for the actual thing to go live, because it's at least 12 days, because that's the period that it has to go through in the DAO.
Mm-hmm.
After that, like maybe we're going to have a snapshot vote to gauge some of the community's interest, opinions in terms of how long those polls should last, how much rewards should be in there. But I guess we're going to have I'm going to have this debate on Discord or on the forums or somewhere else. What else to say? Smart Yield, that's the main thing we're waiting for. We have both audits, both the Hakan and the Open Zeppelin audit. We've received them this week. The reports are looking good. We're working on the changes, like the changes needed to append them, revisit them, and make them spotless. It's pretty much a clean bill of health in terms of the functionality of the product. There's nothing in there that can be exploited. No attack vectors. Nothing concerning user funds was found. So it's just mostly bookkeeping issues. But however small, like this is the main reason why we delayed the launch from the first week of March to the second, and we finally settled on a 15th of March launch. Like this is also a good thing, because we've never had the luxury of a timeline so long before launch, so we can think about nice to haves and everything else as well. Front end for the Smart Yield app, 99% done, currently being tested. UI polishes to the smallest detail we can find. We've already went through a couple of testnet contract deployments so far. We want to keep adding stuff, so that meant backend changes needed to be done as well. But as I said, that's due to the luxury we have of having to work with a bit of a longer timeline.
Honestly,
Specs. Yes,
I would-
Tyler.
I just want to interrupt for 1 second and say, like,
One Tyler
y'all
second.
deserve a special shout out because I don't think that like a lot of people in like the community or even the industry realize like a product like this has never been audited this rigorously or passed an audit. Like, and at the end of the day, like when major institutions start moving into DeFi, this like game of just shipping unaudited smart contracts is it's not going to work out in the long run, in my opinion. And I have definitely pushed the team to like ship faster, ship faster, ship faster as like a result of the industry. And I think that you guys get like major kudos for pushing back on me and sticking to y'all's guns and actually shipping this properly and making sure that users' funds are actually safe. So like,
So are you saying they don't listen to you?
no, I'm just saying in all of the craziness that is going on in this industry, like I think that the dev team deserves a special shout out. And I think that it's pretty incredible that the audits did pass with flying colors because nothing like this type of product has never been audited and passed an audit. And I think waiting a week is prudent.
Yep, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Nice hat, by the way, Taylor.
My wife got it.
Nice.
Shout out to E.
Nice. We should all get those. Not wives. Hats. Let's move past this. In terms of docs and specs, Pavlo and Vitalik have done an awesome job with working on those. So we're gonna have an article, some more technical specs, and like an FAQ and docs somewhere in between technical and like the story of Smart Yield. And we're also gonna have some demo videos out. Hopefully, like by the time this video recording is up on YouTube, the specs and the docs are also gonna be released. What else? Smart Alpha, not a lot of updates. Yeah, we're hoping by the time we have our next community call, so in the next couple of weeks, we have a full smart contract implementation. So that's where we're at on Smart Alpha.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, great. Then let's move on to operations. Akeem, do you have any updates from the DeFi Alliance, everything that's going on over there?
Or open DeFi.
Or open DeFi, yeah, anything.
Yeah, I have updates on both. So, I mean, DeFi Alliance is still progressing. Continuing to engage liquidity providers. Sorry about my camera, it keeps doing this weird thing. Liquidity providers are conversations that continue to happen, which is good, at least on the institutional side, kinds of folks that are giving great feedback on our senior pools. So that's great. There was a partner demo day yesterday where lots of sort of like DeFi service providers and some partners and kind of what I termed distribution channels for us were kind of pitching. So I think there's a growing number of interfaces being built in DeFi to bring in institutions into the space. So people are building sort of just more secure wallets, infrastructure, or certain kinds of tools that onboard regulated entities, and then they're settling these transactions on DeFi protocols. So having conversations with folks like that is really cool to sort of understand the growth they're seeing, and it could potentially lead to sort of like partnership type conversations and discussions as we launch products. So that's sort of like a newest channel that's opening up, which has been good. With Open DeFi, we had a call early on today as well. That's progressing well. There's a lot of conversations around like security, I guess, in the DeFi space from an audit standpoint. So there's a new committee they're putting together. I think QuantStamp, MStable, and a third group are trying to sort of build these like standards from a technical standpoint or framework for essentially like ranking, and there's a whole bunch of things they're kind of discussing. So it'll be cool to see how that develops. I think we should, get involved with that. Anyone on the technical side who wants to volunteer, at least just to kind of observe what's going on and maybe provide input would be helpful. I think that would be good. It seems like projects more and more, to Tyler's point, are talking and valuing security first and audited code and thinking about standards in the space, because I think like us, they see the value, particularly as more institutions come into the space. That matters. On the standards and disclosure aspect of things, kind of did a short pitch today to the DeFi, to Open DeFi. And so we're trying to basically pull together a handful of teams that want to sort of work on this idea further. The point would be to essentially create more like a framework on the disclosure side of things that would help projects and teams begin to think about how to even build out their own standards and disclosures. So I think it's a little bit of a level up from what we did, where we sort of built out our own standards and disclosures, but it's more, what are the things we think are important as an industry to make visible as much as possible to investors, and kind of building a framework that would help teams, kind of craft their own standards a little bit easier. And so that's sort of like the core, I guess, project I'll be working with the Open DeFi Alliance on, kind of pulling together a project team and trying to kind of, build something out in that regard. That's pretty much it. I mean, I think everything else up until this point over the next couple of weeks is just continuing to talk to as many liquidity providers as possible, pitching BarnBridge, getting them excited about our launch. And hopefully as we launch, that would continue to grow as people actually see, working products and understand the value we're creating. So that's it.
Cool. Let's see. So Mark, do you want to give an update on the bounties and what's going on with that? I know there's probably not that much of an update right now, but
yeah, just a quick update. I put like a permanent bounty on our GitHub just so everyone knows, because the gas fees got a little crazy. Until the gas kind of chills out and goes into like at least under 100 consistently, the GUI. I'm just gonna leave a permanent meme competition bounty up, and I'll just pay you guys out of via your MetaMask wallet or Coinbase wallet, whatever you guys have, whoever wins the competition, because it's just gonna say, I mean, it kind of makes no sense to pay someone $50 when it costs $70 to send it out of GitHub or Bitcoin. So we're just gonna leave a permanent bounty up for that. And we also put up a few more translation bounties up on the Gitcoin. So if you're interested in any of those, please check out Gitcoin. I believe I put 3 up, Spanish, Portuguese, and Japanese. So please go and check those out if you're interested.
cool. And that's actually a good segue into for Pablo, because we have like an update on the Discord and specifically around like the SquadDAO. So Pablo, do you want to give a quick rundown on that?
Yep. So a few words in general about the SquadDAO. So SquadDAO was originally an idea of Troy and Mark, and we've been starting thinking about that when we have been thinking about bounties and grants programs that will be running through BarnBridge. And on the one side, we have all those DeFi projects that are running those bounty grant programs. On the other side, we have the community members who are actually doing those projects. And we noted that there was no efficient tool to organize into teams and actually manage the fund efficiently. So that's why we cooperated with I call him bot grandmaster Daniel. Yeah, so we worked on this SquadDAO thing, and what it actually does, it takes Discord as a reputation system. It allows anyone to add it to the Discord server and then have the Discord members create different squads, organize themselves into teams, add new members, set their wallets, and then it allows you to create the Gnosis multi-sig save through the Discord. It does not allow to, so it doesn't allow you to manage the Gnosis multi-sig directly through Discord, but we thought that this is not really needed because Gnosis has already developed a great tool, with a great UI. So it's actually pretty simple to use. Just say your UI, but what actually is this Discord bot does, it allows you to organize together, communicate, and then create and set up this Gnosis multi-sig. So the communication will happen on the Discord side through this squads and will be actually visible to each team member and to everyone in the community. And then all the funds management will happen on the Gnosis save site. This is completely open source, so anyone can take this, anyone can use it. We already have the website running for that. It's SquadDAO.com. So just go on. There is a big black button there that says something like add to your Discord server. So go on and use it. You can. We also have some ideas for the improvements and updates. So stay tuned on that.
Cool. Yeah, I think we all look forward to the space using SquadDAO and how even inside BarnBridge, the community members. So yeah, go check it out. It's running. So cool. We don't have any roundtable discussions today. There was no comments. I actually put the agenda. I was a little late putting the agenda up. So we don't have anything like that today. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna sign off and then we'll see everyone inside the Discord. So next
Can I add one thing about the SquadDAO?
Yeah, go for it.
One thing that's really cool about the SquadDAO is we made it with the intentions for running bounties and for teams to be able to control funds. Yeah. But realistically, you don't have to use it for a bounty program. Like if you and your team wanted to start a project, or say like me, Tyler, and Troy wanted to start a small project and we wanted to put some devs on it, like me, Tyler, Troy, and then say like the lead dev could start a multi-sig together and say, look, we don't have time to build this, but we'll put funds in this multi-sig for you. And when you need the money, we'll release it. So like, this is a very versatile tool. It's not only going to be used for bounties. And that's really why we open it up to the community for everyone to use, is because while we made it with one intention, it's a very versatile product to be used for many other things. And I just think that controlling funds, and you could do it for anything. You just have to use crypto to do it. But you could use this as like a safe to transfer money for building anything. Say you wanted to build a road racer for a downhill race or whatever, and you needed money for your community group. Like, it's really endless what you could do with this tool, but we built it for bounties. But definitely try and use it for whatever you want, and let us know how you use it, because we love to hear about how you're using our product.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Gitcoin reached out once we actually launched everything, and they said that they're going to look into all of the code to figure out how we can build some like integrated bridges in. So I would say just like keep tuned on that. But yeah, anyone can use it. It's open source. And don't ask me to start anything. I'm on a starting thing hiatus for a very long time. Everyone's going to kill me if I do anything with that SquadDAO.
Okay. Well, I think with that, a few more words on the doc. What is that, Pablo?
Yeah, so just a few more words about the docs, about the smart yield. So someone from the community actually suggested this week that, so we've been planning to release the smart yields documentation this week, and someone from the community in Discord suggested we do the somewhere around the project call. So just a notification, we did this. The documentation is already live. We also published the updates for the Discord FAQ bot. so you can check it out too. We are still recording some how-to video recordings, but they are almost done, and we'll publish them as soon as we have. And we are also will be most likely publishing an article about Smart Deal today or tomorrow. So stay updated.
Yeah. So I think with that though, unless there's any other questions or comments we want to talk about, I think we can sign off, and we'll see everyone in the Discord. Okay.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye, everyone.